Welcome to the world of ability. My name is Sue Roskoff, and we have a wonderful crew joining us today. I am so excited and thankful for all of our friends that are coming on here. You know what is special about this weekend? It's Festivus. If you don't know what Festivus is, you will before the day's done. So I actually have guests in the house right now that I have not welcomed and said hello to. The scavenger hunt is about ready to begin, which again, we'll cover that later. But I need to go ahead and take care of some people. So while that's happening, I'm going to pass the baton over to Emily to take over here and get things started, but I shall be back. Thanks so much, Emily. Over to you.
All right. So I am going to bring in our few guests that we have here, which we met all three of them through the Happy Neighborhood Project. And so, yes, first off, we will bring in Ralph Dana, who is in Florida, as our co-host for of the Florida group and their Recruiters Network and so on. And then we have Debbie Dub, who's also a co-host with HMT group. Then we have Lincoln Duca, which I'm not sure. Here we go. So all three.
Sorry, I'm picking my teeth.
Okay then.
Sorry, that's why I turned off my video. Picking my teeth.
So there was also all three her hosts. So how about we go around?
Family or working, not particularly business related. We play bingo games and have prizes that you can win, and then we just do speed networking in between the bingo. So it's a really fun time. With LegalShield, I'm able to help families and small business affordably connect with attorneys in their area. And I know that a lot of people say, well, I don't really need an attorney. I'm not a criminal. I don't plan on being a criminal. Fortunately, we all need access to their skills. When we were early in our marriage with our kids being young, we wanted to be able to write a will and didn't know what it all required or the access to it. So when we were able to find LegalShield, and as our membership, we could just have a will written. That was a big relief for us. And when my mother-in-law had to take Dad's name off of her will, and she was charged $3,000 to do that, we were shocked, because with LegalShield, you actually can write your will, and then next year or the next year, you can update it if you've added children, changed addresses, or whatever that might be. a lot of us, things have changed, especially in the last few years because of COVID. So having your will up to date, like mom's needed to get dad's name off of her will, there's always things that come up and need to be changed. So being able to write your will and then update it is a valuable thing. So thank you, Emily, for bringing me here.
Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, it's important. Ralph, how about we go over to you? How's it going in the life of Ralph?
Ralph down with Dennis Hills, MarketMarketShop.com. I'm in every multi-billion-dollar industry, but the products I want to talk to you about are my background right there. They've been around a while, but we have turned around and we took OPC3 and we put it into an isotonic form. What does that mean? It's a powder that you mix with water, and it's the closest thing you can take to an IV. OPC3 is an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. It works with your blood system, your skin, your respiratory system. The other product is magnesium, also in isotonic form. And then the round container is a pill form. It's called NAD. NAD's been around for a while. It's in every cell of your body. It works with memory. It works with your skin. It works with your respiratory. It works with your blood system. It literally energizes every cell in the body. And if you didn't have NAD in your system, you would be dead in 30 seconds. Performers, actors, and actresses have been getting shots of NAD running anywhere from 1,000 to 3,500. Our company put these three together because when you take them together, they enhance each other. You can get all three of these products for $100. Normally, if you bought them separately, they would be $129. When you buy it for the very first time, the company is willing to give you back $25. And if you refer anybody to them, they'll give you another $25 for every customer that you refer that buys the product. So if you referred 4 people, you would be getting your product for free. Love to do a one-to-one with everybody. I'm looking for people that want to look and feel 20 years younger. I'm Ralph Danner with Dennis Hills.
Okay, awesome. So it looks like we have Marianne here who's joined us from Mexico. So,
Hi.
Marianne, how's it going with you? What's the going on with your project, your books, and the update?
Emily and Kurt and Sue, thank you so much for hosting these weekly podcasts with Transform Media and sponsored by Lawrence Wingate and everybody on board. Yes, I'm in San Carlos, Mexico, and Liam McLaughlin is in Las Vegas on his world tour to bring filters to schools worldwide. And we are partnering together for the Acts of Kindness series. And we have some meetings here with some local organizations, the SPCA and the Parrot Head clubs, and to bring filters down to San Carlos specifically for an orphanage. So busy week meeting with everybody and getting the books organized and to see what we can do for a fundraiser down here. So I'm kind of limited on time because I have to go to another event, and Monday we have a meeting as well too. So it's beautiful, sunny weather down here in San Carlos, and looking forward to working on the Acts of Kindness series books. All classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of my books from the
organization called DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. That's the website there, and they can request books. I had a classroom teacher in Hawaii request 50 books for her special education classroom, and she got funded in 2 weeks. And Amazon shipped out the books. I went out and visited them with the sign language characters and puppets, and we talked story in regards to ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and I'm working on a climate change book now. So again, all USA classroom teachers can receive copies of the books from DonorsChoose.org. These are the series of the books. You can visit my website at actsofkindnessseries.com and see all the team players that are working on this project, and the musicians and the soundtrack, and also series.com and DonorsChoose.com. And the Acts of Kindness series is on YouTube. So click away, show some love, and learn the finger spelling alphabet. Go to Apple App Games and play the games for free. So go out and play. It's Marianne of Waikiki.
All right. Thank you, Marianne. So let me see. And does anybody have any questions for anybody else? Or I mean, we're now into the month of February, so so I guess, like, how has business been going, or do you have any goals for this month, or how anything like that?
And we've heard some people say that January was like a practice month, so now they're ready to get started seriously on 2024. And basically, we all have every single day we can make new choices and get started again if yesterday wasn't the best day of the week. So whichever choice we have, we always can make new choices. And obviously, a lot of us here to choose to network virtually with each other on Happy Neighborhood Project. It's been a fun way to meet new people. And we have met a lot of people from across actually the whole globe. Even though I come to Wisconsin a lot, I have never met Emily or Kurt or Sue. So this is great. Haven't ever been to Hawaii, so I would not have met Lee yet. And so it's been an awesome way to make some great connections and to help spread your messages around the world. Well, thanks for this connection, Emily.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, I guess, sort of changing my question. I mean, we've all met through the Happy Neighborhood Project, so so what's, like, everybody's experience been like with the Happy Neighborhood Project? I mean, the International Day of Happiness is coming up. So I mean, what's
International Day of
or if you want to say about the International Day of Happiness, or what's it should be for anybody, or what's one thing you were looking forward to for that event, or anything along those lines?
We always have some awesome speakers.
On that day, there's going to be a lot of speakers. There's going to be some entertainment. We're going to have vendor booths that you can visit, and of course the speed networking. You can go and come as you please. You don't have to be there for the whole 6 hours. It's on hopped-in platform. So once you register, you can go and come as a student. Tickets right now are $25. You can become a vendor and at a vendor's booth. It's all virtual, and those tickets $250 worth the price.
So it's like everybody's like favorite part of the event, or how many IDHs have you been to, or anything like that? And Lee, do you have anything you'd like to say about HMP event?
I need you guys to come to Hawaii. Come visit me virtually. Sorry, I tell you my outside of my house, but we can have some fun. We meet every Wednesday at 10 a.m. my time. If you're an HMP member, you go into your back office. And remember, membership is free with HMP, but there are great perks to becoming a member. All that being said, 10 o'clock Wednesdays, come visit me. Also, I will have a vendor booth for a no card happening at the IDH. So please come visit that booth virtually, because I'm not traveling to there. I think that's all I got, Ms. Emily.
Yeah. Does anybody have like a favorite thing that they like about it? Happy Neighborhood Project?
HMP?
Yeah, that or International Day of Happiness or anything like that.
I went to the International Day of Happiness this year, and it was my first time, so I was a little like apprehensive, but it's great because it's like going on to HMP, but we speed network, and we can find our information with the people we connected to connect later. I had to learn all that stuff because we're using a different platform. So I am very excited for this year's one because I am looking to make even more connections worldwide. I live on a tiny island, so we get sometimes what we call rock fever. But anyway, all that being said, that's okay. What do I love about HNP is I got to meet people like Emily, Ralph, Debbie, Derek. You and I got to get a one-on-one, and you can get my information by going to my no card and booking a one-on-one with me, or share your information and I will book with you after you feel better. Back to you, Ms. Emily.
Ralph or Andrew, here. I'm talking while I'm mute. Ralph or Debbie, would you like to say anything about your favorite thing about HP or IDH or anything like that?
Well, favorite things are meeting people, getting to know them, getting those relationships built. I have friends that actually tell me that you can't build a relationship virtually. So I love that. Actually, we've made some awesome connections, relationships, whether it's on Happy Neighborhood Project or other areas, but the virtual connections have been really cool. Ones where you actually consider yourselves ready to go and sit in their lanai or some in there at their table and have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever, and really have a good relationship, good chat with good friends. So I have really enjoyed my virtual connections all over the world.
And for me, with the HNT, none of us go in there with the intention of selling. We go in there with the intention of who can I help today. When you refer, you never know who knows who. So it's not about that one sale.
This weekend. And
Tell us about the scavenger hunt.
So the scavenger hunt is just started not too long ago. And there is a list that Sue put together of different things, 24 things, and you are put in a team, and either virtually or there are some people in person going around and taking pictures of something that something that has to do or connected with each of these things on this list. Like one is like a photobomb. There's hard at work or hardly working. About money on my mind. Of something that begins with the letter Z. So then, if you take these pictures, then you send them to Sue, and she makes a kind of a slideshow or collage video of all these pictures, and then everybody votes on like their favorite one, or favorite ones, and it is so then everybody sees the pictures, and then everybody. So it's a good time with that.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've only been a part of it for the last couple of years, but this Festivus event was started by Kurt and Sue like 26 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And with getting a group of friends together, and so during the weekend they have like there's games, there's a scavenger hunt, and there's about feats of strength, or grievances, and among other things on here. We do have a website, the festivus.now.site, that has all of the info on there, and so yes, Derek, Errol, like grievance, and it's always been the first weekend in February, and it was the first Friday, starting the first Friday in February, and
Awesome. Sounds like a fun weekend for in-person stuff, and now you're doing it virtually as well.
It's based off of for everybody who Seinfeld show. Is based off an episode of that. And so they took the name Festivus, and so yeah, because yeah, and then games and things, whether that's online games, person games, and so on, and so anyway, and then this podcast is a part of it, as well as our 15 minutes of music and motion that we do every day called Shakedown. And so anyway, so
So, Ralph, what other business do you do besides your core three?
I do the deck pressure, which is a financial software program. So you can actually tell people the exact day, month, and year it'll be debt free. So it does come with a warranty, and we know life does happen. As far as unless our things break around the house, they can plug those numbers into the program and the phone what their payment's going to be and how much time they're adding before they become debt free. There's a no cost obligation. We'll do a free report for you, and you can see if we can save up money. No hard feelings. It's no pressure. And we also have cosmetic line, skincare line, jewelry line, vitamins and supplements, like you see in my background. And then we have over 3,500 partner stores. So I can sell everything from the paper to automobiles. Where when you shop through us, you actually cash back in the wallet.
Well, that's a lot of products.
That's why I got the partners. We all specialize in different areas. I just let people know what we have available, and just so that they know that we can help them what they're looking for.
And
So Ralph, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, are you on no as well?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Lee.
So your debt program, is that part of Market America or that is a separate?
Part of Market America.
And is Market America also used to be known as Amway?
No.
No?
Think of BS.
I'm sorry, what?
It was a bad joke. I was saying everybody wishes they could be us.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. Okay, I can laugh now. Oh, we all humor here. So Debbie, you were promoting Frost Month. Did a lot of people get affected by fraud that you know of?
I know that fraud is up considerably every year. It just grows and grows. So I always like to let people know that LegalShield has ID Shield. I know one of our major hospital here in the Kansas City area was, had a malware lockdown where
Wow.
the hospital was required to pay ransom to get their system back up and open. So they never know exactly how much of their information was gotten or had been gotten into, but your health identity is pretty crazy because anybody here in Kansas City, at least, you basically walk into the emergency room and just say, my name is, and they have you and help you. And so if I'm using your name and I say, oh no, I don't have a blood type O, but then you come in as you and not able to say, no, wait a minute, that's not my blood type. It could be very detrimental to your health. So even having that kind of identity theft is very serious. And actually, medical identity is probably the hardest to fix because of all of our laws that we have now to protect ourselves. But when you're trying to correct some information that has gotten into your account, then it's really difficult. So having our ID specialist able to get in there, they can get into a lot of places easier than you and I can, actually. So it's great to benefit.
Do you post? I know you're you use No Card also. Do you post anything on there about your business?
I'm starting to. I just got into the No Card a couple of days ago, so I'm starting to share about our business there. Yes.
Cool, because I'm following you. But
Okay.
I only see Miss Ralph. He's been totally busy.
Yes, I thought I've seen that.
With
I
identity, on the financial side, a lot of people think if they get a notification from whatever institute says that they were breached, and you look at your stuff and you say, "Oh, no, I'm okay, nothing happened." Well, a lot of that stuff is
Identity theft is simply to get the money out of it, which may or may not even be what they do there, but they certainly love your information and they can use it and resell it so many times. And Ralph said, you may not even realize it. And certainly an FBI or a police officer is very careful about their information, even more so than you and I probably, but they can, there's all kinds of crazy ways they get our information and then sit on it for a while until not thinking about it, and then they use it, sell it to others. So it's kind of a creepy whole deal.
I know fraud is so worrisome, and generally it's the older generation that are getting affected by it. You know, we have a show here in Hawaii called Kapuna Power. Kapuna, which means, you know, our elders. I'm in that elder group too. And they have a nonprofit going to help protect the kapunas, because kapunas are very trusting. And because of that trusting nature that, you know, we want to help and all of that, we get caught up in it. And I think I'm a little bit more cautious, but I mean, you know, you could possibly sell me a slab of igloo in Hawaii if I'm not careful. So knowing what you and Ralph shared is very heartfelt. And so I thank you. But I gotta ask, how long are we gonna be going on for? Because I got another meeting and I don't want to be rude and just leave, but I will be leaving in about 45 minutes.
That's gonna be perfect because we have whenever you have to go, it's all good. But we are here until about 3 o'clock our time, which is less than an hour away.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
Yeah, for this podcast, but the Festivus event itself goes until roughly 4 p.m. Hawaii time tomorrow. So you can join us anytime tomorrow, or between now and then.
You guys are making me tired. Do you guys like stay up 24 hours with this festive thing?
No. It will actually be all across the world. You know, you guys are in different time zones. We got Australia going on. We got all the things. So the hope is that some way, somehow, it's still going, even when we have to take some time to sleep. Because I'm not as young as I used to be. I need that too.
I know. I'm all about sleeping. So I don't know how you guys can go like for 3 days straight. Do you have something streaming in the background when you guys are sleeping and I'm up?
We probably should. I have Zoom still open, so if people do pop in, it's there. But we did not actually have anything going overnight. That would be a really good idea. Thank you. See, that's what makes it. Oh,
well, so the thing is, though, that this Zoom that we're on, you can come in here anytime. There's no waiting room.
Oh, true.
So in a sense, anybody could come on here anytime and hang out or do whatever. But nothing like actual like live streaming or anything like during the night.
Yeah, that'd be kind of scary because we've had those bombers popping in on us in the no card, and I mean their language is not the nicest, and so it's good.
We need to invite the people from the Asia HMP group because their hours are a lot different than ours, so they can come and fill in those spots that
they can fill in those gaps.
But yeah, maybe you could run, like some video thing about, what Festive is all about.
I should work on that actually. That's a great idea because to have something going on like that. I did ask the question how it goes all weekend. There's actually a backstory to that. So,
okay.
Once upon a time, back when we first started doing this, it was either a Friday night or a Saturday evening. We just had a single time like that going on. And we had so many of our friends that were saying, well, I can't make it that night. So after a few years of, that's where we switched it. It was, I don't remember the order anymore, but whether it started out that we did it on a Saturday and then we switched to Friday because people couldn't make it. We finally said, okay, guys, screw you. We're doing it all weekend. You can't tell me you can't make it at some point over the weekend. So that's how that evolved into being all weekend. So it's just open house style, come and go as you please. And, some actually often have a bunch of people that will just come and stay for the weekend. I know the friends that just got here today, they used to stay here in person, but they said, you know what, we value our sleep enough. They actually got a hotel room. They want to be able to go and get a sleep, and then they'll be back tomorrow. It's all about having fun. The whole, I don't know if you guys had talked at all. I'm not sure what I missed, but why we do it now actually was by design as well. Because it's always the first full weekend in February. So whatever the first Friday is, that's when it starts. And we chose now because, everybody's so busy with holidays. So especially in the States here, we got Thanksgiving, then we've got Christmas, then there's New Year's, and then there's nothing until everybody's just waiting for spring. We need things to warm up so we can get out and do things again. Well, that's why we said, hey, how about first thing in February here? We're enough past the holidays where people are ready to, they've recouped if they need to from all they did. And there's not much going on. I mean, there is. This is the 26th annual. So if you go back 20 some years and think about, there hasn't been a lot going on. Yeah, Groundhog's Day, that was yesterday. So it's all things, it's the same day over and over for the longest time, right? So now that's why we said first full weekend in February, that's it. We're going to stick with that. Everybody knows that's when it is. So it's been going on forever, and as long as I'm around, it'll still keep going on. And it's just an excuse to get out and have some fun. We end up doing a lot of board games all weekend, and believe it or not, we haven't even cracked open a board game yet. I don't know. we just the way things have been this time, like last night, I had my cousin and her husband were on with us on Zoom. We've never been on Zoom together before, and it's one of these things where, why not? I love them. It's so nice to connect and have a chance to say hi. So really, that's what Festivus is, as far as I'm concerned. It's an excuse to get together and have fun. That's it.
Zoom has opened up a lot of avenues or streets for people to walk down on.
Yeah.
So, it's enlightening and heartening, because when I got invited to this thing, I'm like, Best, what is that?
What is that?
How am I going to participate in your scavenger hunt or this project or that project? So except this weekend is a pretty bad weekend for me, because my husband just got out of the hospital yesterday.
Oh, good. I'm glad he's out. How's he doing?
Yes, he's doing good, but the infection he has did go to his bloodstreams, and it's a pill resistant, and it's a pill antibiotic resistant bacteria. So I've got to take him for the next 13 days for intravenous antibiotics. But I only got today's appointment, and I don't know the rest of the rest of the 12 days. So that's kind of jamming my schedule. But we do what we got to do, right? Because we love them.
Exactly. That's how life works. Some days we'll have stretches and seasons that are amazing, and then there's other seasons that are more challenging. And it's all a lot of. I love your attitude, because that is, really with a lot of what we do. I swear I love all of the group that I've met through Happy Neighborhood Project. I've been really impressed with so many people that really having that right attitude makes all the difference. By right, I'm positive attitude, and looking at the lessons learned versus it was just so horrible and everything was awful, and learn a lesson from what happened. Or like when we had Molly on earlier, that we can all learn lessons from a bad experience that she had. That the whole idea, actually, that was in our last episode here. So if I don't know if you guys talked about Molly at all in this one, her organization, A Second Later, where having distracted driving, oh my gosh, distracted driving, that's a real thing. She had her life impacted so much because of that split second of taking her eyes off the road, because she had dropped her recorder and needed to felt that she needed to reach for it. She reached for it, and as that happened, she crossed the middle line, just absolutely by accident, but literally accident. But she hit head on with another vehicle.
Oh, we got somebody else that just joined us.
Awesome. Barbara's in the house.
Yay!
How you doing?
Good, good.
Sorry, she's so cute.
My puppy.
She's 4 months old.
Oh, I missed it.
There we go. Puppy is on the screen. What's your dog's name? I'm trying to remember. I know. What is Poppy? I'm hearing puppy.
No, she's a French bulldog.
I love it.
They're the ones that talk, right?
Right now she wants to bite me.
She's so cute.
You are my favorite chew toy. That's what puppies do. Yeah,
Do you have a doggy on your shoulder, Barbara?
Yeah, I do. Let's see if I can show you pictures. Hi. Hi. Can you look into the screen there? Oh,
She's good.
okay. I have to weigh myself on the screen. Oh man, what is it that I can't get on the screen? Oh man, maybe
I have the same issues with our dog too. If I try to get her on, if I've got a background like what I have here, it doesn't always like.
me.
She's just not cooperating with you, Barbara.
No. And yeah, I think he's like magical and psychic and things like that. No,
What's his name?
His name is Kai. Spelled Kai. I like that. And which is interesting, in Hebrew, Chai, Chai, that stands for life. And in Indian, it stands also, symbolizes light and a doorway to the light. So somehow he got his name from different languages. And he's here to be light for everybody. I believe it.
That's awesome.
I now can't find myself. Okay. I'm here.
I actually know a young man named Kai, and I don't know that's the meaning. So whole new person. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's in different parts of the world, that means the same thing, which, you can see him for a second. At his head. What, did you see him? Wow, why is this difficult? I have no idea.
We need to.
Just someone says that Clubhouse just being Clubhouse. I got to do a speech this week. I got to do a speech on love. And on
Tell us
children.
about it.
And I've got to get really good at it because maybe 2/3 of the people in the room were coming over to me with tears in their eyes. And this one woman whose son is a soldier in Israel, she came over really emotional and she said, "Thank you for giving me back hope and helping me to believe in love again." And I thought, yeah, that's the kind of speech that I want to do, and for a lot of people to feel that. But then other people came in and said, 2 people said, "I had trouble following you. You have to be more organized and you have to simplify." And to me, everything I was saying, all tied in. Yeah, if you want to talk to a lot of people, it's tricky to try to figure out how to make it. They say just give 3 points, stick to one subject. No, you'll have time later to try to say the whole thing. But I was trying to connect what I'm learning about how to love children. But what I started my speech going, love, 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 do all you need is love. Love makes the world go round. And then the one that goes, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that there's just too little of. And then I'm like, fellow Toastmasters, it's easy to poo-poo away. Oh yeah, the world needs more love. But really, how many of us have seen a child temper tantruming and a grown-up even temper tantruming louder and scarier? And we hope we're threatening they're going to hit their kid going, "Don't you ever hit your sister again. I told you not to hit." And then you're going okay, what's wrong with this scene? And we're talking about
we're going to have a future where we're not going to have all these people having to spend so much of their adulthood trying to recover from things that they went through as children, right? That we're going to get so much smarter than that. And sharing how Golda Meir, who was the Prime Minister of Israel at the time, was talking to Sadat, who was an Arab leader, and they were saying, it seems so simple. Only we could get people to want to love children more than they want to hate each other. You know, because every child in the world, it doesn't take a world to raise a child. And until every child in the world is feeling secure and loved and respected and nurtured and safe, no child's going to feel that. We have to figure out, you have to love all the children. And I was talking about how Malala, and please correct me if it's Malala, because it might be, but she was a Pakistani girl who was trying to talk about how important it is to educate females. And she was a little girl on her school bus, right? And terrorists jump on the school bus with guns, and they're saying, which one's Malala? And they shoot her in the head. And but we talked about Einstein, how he wrote this to his daughter, and he said, don't share this if you think people aren't ready to hear it. But of all the waves that go through, the air, the atmosphere, right? He said the most powerful of all those light waves, sound waves is love. And somehow the bullet ricocheted off this girl's skull, and she ended up being able to get the Nobel Peace Award because she's saying that she still believes it all comes down to education. And then if all the children are being educated and learning about the great musicians and the great philosophers and the great architects and scientists and all the great people through history, then we take that to heart, and we relate that to ourselves, and then we really feel how precious life is. And then, you're not going to have people that can just, eliminate life, like, the way people still try to eliminate cockroaches and all. My doctor storms on my head here. But yeah, so that was like a whole lot, what my speech was about. And to me, all those different scenarios, they all tie into each other, right? But for some people, they were saying, please make it simpler and break it down more, show us the connections from one thought to another. So I'm listening to TED Talks, and what was really exciting to me this week was learning about how to become a great debater. And if you want to win debates, what you need to learn how to do, the first thing you do is you try to find whoever your opponent is, whoever you're debating, and find common ground. That's like the first thing you do. You find common ground between you, and then you can win debates from there. And I thought that was great to hear that, to be learning about that. And I always knew I wanted to be better at debate, and I knew that from, and I always keep wanting to talk because it's like, oh, listen, it all connects. This girl who was, they call her the food babe. Her husband gave her that name because she was like some scientist, but she came from India, and when she was trying to blend in to North America and started eating McDonald's and Burger King now, she started losing a lot of her health, and she started getting heavy. And as she started trying to learn why that was happening, her friends were getting excited about how intelligently she was able to speak about our connection with food and health. And then she was making a 6-figure income, but when she told her husband, I need to give up my job because I need to devote myself more to helping share what I'm learning. And he just gave her a hug, and he said, I was wondering how long it would take you to figure that out. Yeah, the connection all these things to me connect, and I don't even know how I started talking about the food baby. Oh, because she she got so good at, she got like Kraft macaroni and cheese to stop giving ingredients to North America that they weren't being allowed to bring to like Sweden and Denmark and places like that because found to be unhealthy. And she got Chipotle to do like no GMOs. I mean, she's actually talking to these big businesses and making a difference. And when she was asked why she was able to make a difference like that, she credited it all to being on debate teams when she was in college, learning how to debate. So that's some stuff that I came wanting to share today with everybody here.
Thank you. That was very enlightening.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
What do you do besides doing those little talks?
Well, I was a teacher and a counselor and even a dancer because I was like, I want to do everything. I want to try everything, not murder or anything like hurting people, but I want to really experience life. And right now, what I still get to do is teach laughter yoga. I'm a laughter yoga words, but with my life because I don't know how many people heard the story of Gandhi when this one came with her 13-year-old son, and he was diabetic and he was eating sugar and he was making himself sick. And she said, please talk to him, help him. And Gandhi said, come back in 3 weeks. And she left going, oh yeah, he's such an important man. He's got so many important things. And so, of course, my son's life, probably doesn't mean that much to him. But she came back and Gandhi went walking with her son. And she came back like 3 months later and said, what did you do? What did you say? Because, you made a big difference in his life. And Gandhi said, I knew it couldn't just be my words. Couldn't be anything that I just said. He said, I was also having a problem of like consuming, too much sugar when I knew it wasn't good for me. And he said, and if I couldn't do it myself, I wouldn't be able to talk to him and touch his mind and touch his heart and touch his life. So that's why he told her to come back in 3 weeks. So I think there's something to that, right? And
yes. Sorry, guys, I gotta leave. But it was a pleasure meeting you, Barbara. I look forward to seeing you hopefully again, maybe at another one of these events.
Yeah, I was looking forward to getting to know you.
Yes, thank you. Hey, aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha. So how's it going, Barbara?
Oh man, I wanted to tell her what I know about Hawaii. That I was telling that their culture that we need to, that everyone in the world needs to be like nurturing, helping strengthen because there's so much beauty there. And, we have to be able to see it, acknowledge it, and help it grow, right?
Yeah. That's important.
Yeah. That's supposedly, this is all I'm saying, I want to know about everyone else. but they're saying that when we start seeing the strengths in all the different cultures and the different places we're coming from, and applaud that and hold that into the light, and we start going to be seeing the weaknesses in the different cultures, we're going to see it with like compassion and love, and be able to help people and embrace them, you know, and help people grow. Then the world's going to be more colorful, more fragrant, more delicious than it's ever been before in history. That makes sense to me too.
Yeah. So you had that one. I mean, any other? I mean, what's the right wording? So I'm glad you're talking. Well, or you did a. Sorry.
Once I start talking, it's hard to get me to stop, especially if I think somebody's listening.
All right.
And I'm really happy if I can make people laugh. That was one of my goals. I'm gonna make 5 people laugh every day.
Yeah. It goes on with the yoga laughter and so on. All right.
Yeah. But when I get people laughing and making them healthy, and yoga laughter, it's like we start learning that it's like a muscle. It's like a neural pathway that we're building, we're developing. And it doesn't even matter if we're just playing laughing. Like, I bet I can get people to feel laughter in 3 minutes, in 2 minutes here. All I need is a kiwi, a banana, and a good old gospel hallelujah. Did I do this with you before, Emily?
Not sure.
You guys want a taste of laughter yoga, or we have time?
Sure, I think we have time. Are you okay with that, Ralph? Or
I have to step off. I had one of my partners told me up they have a problem.
oh, okay.
Get back as soon as I can.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Did you have something you want to share before you go?
Oh, in case. But anyway, paragraph. We can still do your after yoga thing that you like, though.
Okay, so you gotta follow me. So we
Okay.
get the bananas. So, and how we know is we take our finger and we put it right in our cheeks, and we go with the banana. Ba. Follow me now.
Ba.
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 Na.
Na.
And what about Sue following us too? Ba.
Ba.
Na.
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 We're doing laughter yoga, Sue.
So, ba.
Ba.
Na.
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 And as our kiwi, we're gonna get into our giggly selves, getting ready for next time we put your finger in your cheek and we go key.
Key.
And now one more time for the kiwi. Key.
Oh.
And then for the hallelujah, we're gonna put our stomach because we're gonna come out with a raucous belly laugh, and we're gonna go ha
Ha.
ha. Yeah. Lou.
Ooh.
Lou.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha.
And here's the thing about laughter yoga, that your body doesn't know that you were just following along. Your body thinks that something just made you feel delighted and happy, and you just wanted a fountain of joy to bubble up from inside of you. So your body actually starts eliminating cortisol and starts increasing endorphins, increasing the stuff that makes you feel good, that keeps us, on that higher, healthier vibration. And we're building neural pathways so we can get there faster and easier every time. So it's a powerful yoga. It's a powerful exercise. Laughter yoga.
Thank you for sharing that. I know they do a little bit of laughter yoga on Fridays with the Happy Neighborhood Project Worldwide event. I know there's different times where they do it, and it's wonderful. I mean, until you try it, because when you first hear it, what?
Yeah.
Understand, like, oh, this is great.
And you know where it came from? Dr. Katari in India. He was a sincere doctor. He really wanted to help people and somebody with cancer. And he could get him to go into remission. But then he was seeing like 5 years later, you know, the same problems would start coming up, maybe in a different place. So he started studying Norman Cousins, who wrote the book Autobiography, Anatomy of a Disease. And he had been told, he was in the hospital, and he was told he had about 2 weeks left to live. And he figured, well, I'm not going to waste my kid's inheritance time in this hospital at so much a day. So he checked himself into a cheap motel, and he said, I'm going to die laughing. So he got all these like funny videos to watch. And 27 years later, he's writing this book saying that he's sure that it was the laughter that saved his life. So then Dr. Katari was learning from this other doctor, and that's where laughter yoga got started.
Amazing. I never knew any of that. That's amazing.
Yeah, good stuff. There's a lot of good things happening that we're just starting to share as a species.
There's so much that we don't know. I think people are figuring it out bit by bit, but there's so many things like that are so beneficial that new. You know, the power that the body has to heal itself is amazing. But that whole thing of how do you know what do you do? It's not simple, but at the same time, when I hear things like this, it kind of is on some level. If laughter can make that much difference for a person, yeah, it's amazing.
How to share, because I'm watching people who are like being breatharians, close to breatharians, and getting healthier fasting. And then we look at the pictures of, you know, these are children that are starving in Africa. And it's like how to take these totally different concepts of what life is and how it's feeling to people, you know, and how to share in a meaningful way. So one of the bravest men I ever met, he was a laughter yogini, but he was going places where, you know, there is like terrorism and war and poverty and disease, and going up to real bad guys and saying, hey, see those kids over there? Would it be okay if I tried to make them laugh? And yeah, and he was, that's what he was doing. He was going around the world getting people to laugh, but he became so powerful that making people feel love, making them, you know, feel that I watched him get like excluded from places. Like he made people feel uncomfortable because it's like, don't be showing me all that love. You know, you're not my real boyfriend or something. And it was funny. Yeah. We need more people like
agreed that website talking about doing for years, and this year we finally did it. And sorry, I'm actually trying. We had another computer that completely crashed. We usually are live streaming this in multiple places, and I look distracted because it all had to get it restarted so we can capture part of this part yet. But here we go, Festivus for the rest of us. We had the countdown going on, and hey, it's all zero now. We're here. It is time. Festivus is happening. I've got it right on here that it's here, but on this Zoom, we will be here all weekend doing things on here as well, including the scavenger hunt. We're gonna, after the show is done, we will be able to do some picture stuff on here. But about Festivus, are having a hard time seeing the name because it is small here. Festivus is an annual event held on the first full weekend in February at Roscoff's Manor. Our mission is to provide a memorable experience filled with joy, excitement, delicious food, and endless fun, with a diverse selection of interactive games and amusement to all attendees. Whether you're looking to create lasting memories with your family and friends, or simply want to immerse yourself in a festive atmosphere, Festivus is the ultimate event. Don't miss out on this unforgettable extravaganza. Come join us at Festivus for the rest of us. And I gotta say, AI created that, but it nailed it. So the site that this is, if anyone's ever heard of Now Site, it actually has been amazing and fun. And this entire thing was created site. So here, I'm gonna scroll down so you can see the itinerary, what's going on today. I think I hear the dog got left outside, and I gotta let her back in. But here we are in the middle of the scavenger hunt now.
Yeah, the scavenger hunt. So pick up. It's back. But then we probably like dinner, and then when they get back, dinner, and then the pictures. So they're putting together a thing for everybody to see all the pictures, and then they can judge which ones they like the best. And then Alana, who's the Karen Sue's daughter, her official birthday is in a few days from now, but she's having her birthday party this evening as well. And then and then still during all this, still about games and any kinds of games. And then tomorrow, there's going to be still with any game playing as well. So there's going to be a bunch, and then still playing games. And then there's a shakedown also at noon. And so, yeah, everybody is welcome to join us at any point during now and so those games, whether they're online or in person, it's up to you. And yeah, it's a fun weekend. So yeah, Barbara and Derek and Debbie, you're welcome to stay on here for as long as you like, or even come back. Whatever for group. And so, and then with the oh, okay. Sue's back. I was just sort of saying a little more.
All good. Yeah, sorry. Had a quick issue I had to deal with there. So how far did we get here? So one thing that's always fun, Alana's birthday. Gotta share this because it's just a weird way life happens. Her due date was like March 22nd. Her birthday is February 6th. She showed up that year on Friday of Festivus. She is our Festivus miracle. So 6 weeks early, and the weekend is hers. It's it's one of those things. She was a preemie by 6 weeks, but you never know it now. She's perfect. But don't let her hear that. She's gonna be in a few days here, and it really. My story is forever is that she kept hearing about Festivus all the way along about how wonderful it's going to be, and couldn't miss that first one where she could possibly be there. She had to show up, and she did in grand style. That she was here but a little before lunchtime, and so we're on the phone calling people because we're at the hospital now for the weekend. Actually, she was there for like 3 weeks, but we were telling everybody it's like she was born already, and the feedback we got back from people as we're calling, like, yeah, right. Like, oh, really? She's here. So it changed the whole day. That was actually one of the biggest years we had. It was kind of amazing. So scavenger hunt, right? They're doing that now. For that year, I was still at the hospital until Sunday, and they came and did some of the pictures at the hospital. I remember one of the pictures was, I'm not sure if I can come up with the exact topic, but it was something about can't believe I just saw that, or something like that. They actually bought some candy cigarettes, those little candy versions that they shouldn't still be out there, but they are. They came in and took a picture with me at the hospital, fake smoking by the oxygen tanks. Doing crazy things like that. And Kurt was the only one. It was immediate family only that was allowed where Alana was because she was in the NICU. So the whole theme for that year for the scavenger hunt was baby themed for obvious reasons, and one of them was babies got back, and we literally had a picture of her. We picked her up and I think a nurse actually took a picture for us and holding her, and all you could see was her backside there. Tiny. She was like 4 pounds 10 ounces, so she was just a little tiny thing. But she got in several pictures, and she got included on the very first one. So much fun. So tomorrow is games and more games. That's literally we'll have breakfast here in the morning, 12 o'clock shakedown. For anyone who's not familiar with the shakedown, it is 15 minutes of music in motion, and it's for all abilities. It doesn't matter if you can do much movement or not. If you do what you can, and you modify as needed, or grab hand weights and go crazy, whatever level of ability is, you can participate, and it's easy stuff that we do. It's nothing difficult. We'll sim, we'll just shake one up, one down. It's easy stuff, and it's fun. We have a good time doing it. And at the end, we also have Mark, who comes every time and is amazing. How I've got a background going on here. He changes his background every day to whatever the holidays are. We know there's national holidays for everything, right? He changes his background and goes through what all the things are to celebrate. So it makes it a lot of fun. I really enjoy that. And look at that. That's us right now. We're on the Mobility Podcast Network right now on Zoom, and this is our weekly live podcast. This is World of Mobility. Earlier we had the TDC Today Show USA. TDC stands for the Disability Channel. So we are doing all the fun things here. And by the way, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anyone who's not on there, that would be amazing. It's YouTube. The channel is at Ability Network. I actually tried to get organized this year, and people could sign up to bring food kind of stuff. We do potluck for supper today, and this way it just simplified things, because that's potlucks. It's always hard to know what should I bring. So maybe some options there. Scavenger hunt sign up. This was an attempt at making the teams easier ahead of time, and activities in person and Zoom. This is the Zoom we are on all weekend long, and literally the button is here. So if you click this, you'd end up in our Zoom room. Games, that's all a crew from, actually it was a few years ago, sitting around the table playing games. There's food everywhere. We even have Kramer in the background. If you're familiar with Seinfeld at all, that's Kramer. And he is back there overlooking the table right now. He's part of Festivus. And the picture here is that one. Every time I see it, it just kind of makes me giggle, because it was one of the pictures from last year, and just his expression is priceless. So this is the fam. Meet the fam. Minnie's in there too. So we have fun putting this on and doing all the things here. And I don't know what happens if you push the button. It says don't push this button. This is our, yes. Don't push that button. Oh, but you're gonna have to see a commercial first. YouTube, I love you, but you know. Oh, you probably can hear it. It didn't say sound. Oh my goodness. Just a moment. I need to share screen sound or share sounds. I did not do that because I forgot about that part, that there's something that makes sound. Okay, share sound. Here we go. And with it so that I know what it in the slideshow that picture goes with that topic. But here we go. Yeah, photobomb, tip off. Hard work or hardly working, balanced or not. What the heck? That is actually a flashback to Festus. Oh my goodness, 5-ish years ago. That just became a phrase when we were playing games. One of the guys, he just said, I don't even remember what game it was anymore. I can never get out of my head the whole thing of, he kept saying, what the heck? And it became a thing the entire weekend with playing games. If you didn't know what answer to include on, if you had to write an answer out, that was the answer. So that came up over and over, and like I was in tears. It was so much fun. Stranger with an awesome beard, money on my mind, but I don't want to be a pirate. If you're familiar with Seinfeld, that's from an episode. Day and night, give me 5 for strangers spelling YMCA. The entire team crossing the street duckling style. Smiling's my favorite, which is from Elf, actually, which is another favorite of ours. Milestones. Sign me up. I'm going to get wrinkles. Can you find us? Thinking of the I Spy series. Feats of Strength, which is also from the Festivus episode. That's ironic. Something that begins with the letter Z. It's all a matter of perspective. Before and after, so you need 2 pictures for that one. And then random act of kindness. Every year we do a different list, and that's part of the fun, is coming up with a list and being able to share that with everyone. So for a long time, we were able to just kind of center it around a theme of some sort, and went back when we had Alana was on the horizon, baby theme, that was some song titles, you know, anything that had to do with baby. And then the next year was number one. And there's all sorts of things about you're number one, you're my number one. There's only one number one. That was kind of a theme just to make it different. Every year the things are different that are on there, and we've been doing this probably, boy, I don't know if we've had the scavenger hunt maybe 15 years, 18 years. I'm not sure how far back that goes. It's been a long time. We've had a lot of them over the years, and it's fun. So it's something that we've enjoyed, and glad that our friends have enjoyed it as much as it has. And I do need to give kudos to where that all began. That actually is Kurt's aunt or aunts. I'm not sure if they were both in on it or if it was just the one that put together this type of thing, like 20 years ago. And at that time, we were using disposable cameras. It wasn't something where you could take, 100 pictures and then pick the ones you wanted to send in for this. You guys remember those disposable cameras? There's 24 pictures on there. You got 20 topics. You got to choose wisely before you snap that picture, because at the end of the scavenger hunt that time, drop them off at whatever the local place was where they had like 1 hour turnaround on the film. So dropped them all off, and then you find out what your picture actually looks like after you get that back. And then that's how we did the scavenger hunt. And his grandma, I think, was the one that did the judging that year. So much fun. We had a great time. And it was all a matter of mixing up the cousins and the aunts and uncles into teams. And that's how it came to be part of this, because we had such a good time doing that. Said, you know what? I think our friends that do Festivus would enjoy this too. So we put together something, and everybody fell in love with it. And that's what it's been. It's been a kind of a main thing for the Saturday afternoon and evening. So anyway, Festivus is fun. It's all about, we even have a banner up there. We had a friend that could not make it a bunch of years ago, but she sent a goodie box, including a banner that she made that says Happy Festivus. And that actually stays up most of the year here. It's all fun. It's all for fun. You can tell I'm having fun. So hope I haven't peppered everybody totally with all the stories back of all the things that we do with this, but we'll be here all weekend long. And if anyone wants to stay on here and participate in the scavenger hunt with me on Zoom, we can do that too. We've got that list, and we did that last year. I had some friends on Zoom, and we actually took pictures, like screenshots, and submitted those for the judging as well. So that is the short. Was that the short version? I'm not sure if it really was, but some glimpse of what we're all doing here and all the fun. So with that, I'm just looking at the clock here. It's 3:00. We are bumping up to the end here of our episode, and actually, I'll just throw it back to you guys to see what your thoughts are now. If you have any last things to share before we close up for the day. So Barbara, I'll pass it over to you.
I love it. Love the fact that you do that. Yeah, I hope you get like lots of help and support through the years. More people jump in and play.
Awesome. Thank you. Emily?
I just wanted to thank everybody who joined us today, and between us for sure for the show, and for everybody who has joined us so far or will join us. So happy Festivus.
And yeah, we had lots of folks on here with us today. I'm so grateful. I know Debbie's still in the background there. We've had Ralph and Lee, and Derek was on. Molly was on earlier. Marianne was on here. Did I miss anybody? I think that was our crew for the day. And that's like a home run crew right there. That's the heavy hitters. I love it. Grateful for everyone who comes on here and joins us. Everyone is welcome to come on back every week, whatever works, because I know it doesn't work for everybody every weekend. Even me today, this was about as goofy as it gets for me. So thank you guys for your patience and keeping the show going, even as things are crazy in our little corner of the world here. But again, my name is Sue Roskoff. World of Ability, it's exactly what it says. We're grateful for the opportunity to share with everyone. So for all of us here with the World of Ability, we thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Awesome. You're the best. This has been lovely. And again,